new play at the Goodspeed musicals that is getting rave reviews. It opened at the end of August and runs right through October the 20th. This is its American premiere after first opening in Canada in the spring of 2023. Maggie is all about family bonds, changing times, and music of the heart. It's inspired by the true story of Scottish-born singer-songwriter Johnny Reid's grandmother. And my guest is Johnny Reid. Welcome, Johnny.
Thank you, Anna. How you doing?
I'm very good, and congratulations on your run in America.
Thank you so much. It is so terribly exciting.
All right, tell me about your family and what spurred you to write and get this musical on a stage.
It was a passion project, and you know, I write songs for a living. And when my granny passed away, I missed her so much, and I started writing a lot of songs, you know, just about her. And I realised very quickly that there was a huge part of her life that I had no idea about. You know, for the age of 21, when she was widowed with 3 boys, until she was 50, I mean, I really had no idea what her life was. And everybody kept saying to me, oh, I would have loved to have met your gran. I would love to meet your gran. And, you know, I was gifted with the gift of music, and I thought to myself, what if I put a musical? What if I write a musical? Maybe I can introduce my granny to parts of the world that she never got a chance to see, you know, through putting her on stage and introducing her to the world through music.
Did the lyrics come easily for you, and what did your family think once it was completed?
Great question. My co-writer, Matt Murray, who was involved in musicals, I had never been involved with a musical before, so my songs were usually 3 minutes and 30 seconds long. What I found out very quickly with a musical is that the lyric has to move the story. And Matt and I sort of just dug in, and it actually came quite easy because it was very, very much a narrative through story. So all we had to make sure is that, you know, we kept the heart and we kept it compelling and truthful. And as far as my family, I mean, what an incredible feeling. You know, to watch a woman that touched your life so deeply step on stage, you know, amazing.
You've had a successful career for 20 years at least. When do you remember your first thoughts of being introduced to music?
Oh, I was a wee boy in Scotland. There was a poet in Scotland by the name of Robert Burns, or Rabbie Burns they call him, and my very first memory ever singing was a teacher asking us to take a Rabbie Burns poem and put it to music. So the very first time ever singing was a poem called Rantin' Rovin' Robin. And I put it to music and sang it for my classmates when I was a wee boy. And I just remember that feeling of how I was able to make people feel and how I was able to convey a message through music. And it sort of just stuck with me my whole life.
Well, the New York Post says about you, take a pinch of Bruce Springsteen, a dash of Bob Seger, and enough Rod Stewart to give you the mixed vocal gravel, and you start to get the vibe of Scottish-born singer-songwriter. True?
Well, I would say that's very good company for me to be in, you know. I grew up in a working class environment, and I sing with a lot of soul. I grew up listening to soul music, mostly American soul music. So my approach lyrically would live, I think, in the storytelling of country music, and my musical approach as far as sonically would definitely live in American soul.
Well, we love your work. And finally, are you hoping that Maggie gets on Broadway?
You know, my goal when I started this was to introduce my granny to as many people as possible. And if my granny if she could grace a stage in Broadway, what a story that would be.
Johnny, thank you so much for being on. And again, congratulations. I hope it is so successful.
Thank you, Anne.
You bet. And if you would like to know more about Maggie, the musical, at Goodspeed, go to WTNH.com or the News 8 app.